everyone, it's Nina and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another collective favorites video of all the stuff I've been really loving in the last couple months. I feel like the last one of these videos I made didn't do particularly well views-wise. Will that stop me from making another one? No, it won't. This is a lot of stuff that just has made me happy, has helped me romanticize my life more, or be more productive, creative, stylish, just overall better in my well-being. And really, don't we need some of that in these trying times? Anyway, with that intro out of the way, let's get right into the video. Starting off, we're going to have a couple different categories. The first one I wanted to go through is some fashion items. Next, we have homewares, beauty, self-care, media, and just kind of hobbies I've been enjoying. I'm going to start off talking about fashion, specifically with the item of clothing I'm wearing right now, which is this bow sweater from Target. I'm pretty sure this was from their Christmas collection, and it actually was a Christmas present of something I specifically asked my wife to get me. I think it's really cute. It's incredibly comfortable and super soft. And I just overall have really been enjoying bows as a fashion trend, but really I've kind of always liked them. I feel like if you were ever into Japanese Lolita fashion, like I was, then you kind of have to accept bows as an element of your personal style. And because they've been so trendy lately, there's been a higher prevalence of them in home decor and fashion, especially this recent holiday and Valentine's Day cycle. Lots of bows incorporated into decor and clothes, which I'm a big fan of. And this was definitely one of those pieces that was part of that trend. And kind of on a similar note, but from a very different time period, another favorite I've been really enjoying is this red bow dress that is from, I think, a UK brand called Niche, Nishe. I do not know if they still exist. I've been having a hard time finding them online. I think they would have been a ModCloth brand, or very similar in style to a lot of stuff that ModCloth sells. But you still can find them secondhand on places like ThredUp and eBay. This one is actually one I thrifted probably 10 years ago. And it just so happens that, obviously, the trend cycle has come around again where bows are popular. But even regardless, I really like this dress. I find that the fit of it is really, really flattering. I'll try and put up a photo of a time when I wore it for a video thumbnail. But yes, between these two items, I've been really enjoying red bows in particular. Okay, on a very different end of the spectrum, we can talk about a very utilitarian item of clothing I've been enjoying lately. And that is this very basic black beanie. This, I believe, is originally a gift my wife received, but I've just kind of taken over using it. It's originally from J. Jill and is 100% cashmere. I've been really liking it because I feel like the previous beanies that I've owned have always been a little goofy looking, kind of really pointed at the top, giving me a cone head. But I feel like this one just fits me a lot better. It's a lot more snug to the back of my head, and it's very, very warm from being 100% wool cashmere. So perfect for the very, very cold winter that we've been having. And I like to call this my Jessie beanie because I wore it when I cosplayed Jesse Pinkman. Okay, now let's pivot and talk about all of the homewares I've been enjoying lately. Very similarly going along with all of the Valentine's Day decor that I've been really liking lately, I got these two sets of Valentine's Day coasters from Target. And with both these, I'm oh my god, how did you pack so much serotonin into a $2 purchase? These are two separate sets. Each of them were $1 and came with a set of 4 coasters. I find that they're both incredibly pretty, and there's just something so satisfying in using them. I particularly like the pink bow one. I think it goes with, again, my overall decor and color scheme and vibe. But I also thought for $1 I couldn't resist getting the cherry one, which is also very cute, albeit a little bit more specifically themed around Valentine's Day. But I really like having these as an option because at least before in my living room, we have a very utilitarian set of stoneware gray coasters, but my wife will also sometimes use them as weights when she's cutting out fabric to lay down the pattern. So sometimes I'll go into the room and she's using all the coasters for that, and then I don't have a coaster for my drink. So having another set of these is really handy, and obviously they're incredibly cute. There's just something really satisfying when I have a very cute glassware sitting on top of a very cute coaster. And speaking of cute glassware, I did get a couple more beer can style glass cups for Christmas. I've talked about the other one that I have and really love on this channel multiple times in my favorites videos, but the new ones I got, this one I specifically bought for myself, and it is this one that has a bunch of bunnies and flowers on it that is from the indie shop Roy and Pip. I got this for myself for Christmas as well as getting another glass cup as a gift for a friend. And I think when I bought this, it was on super clearance for $6 or $8. And I'm pretty sure almost all of the glassware from Roy and Pip is also dishwasher safe, which is not something you always find when looking for shops that sell this style of cup. And this was incredibly cute. I'm currently using it as my water cup. And in addition to that, I also got this black dragon one. This one actually was a Christmas gift from my friend Will. I think I mentioned showing this one off in my Fourth Wing video. And I'll try and remember to link both of these cups in the description if you're interested in checking them out as well. Okay, lastly, in terms of fun glassware, I have these pink coupe style glasses. These are actually vintage and we got them from my wife's grandmother. I feel like this style of glassware has become really trendy lately, and I've seen a lot of people trying to sell similar styled ones from Amazon. And I think also Target maybe had a similar version for their Valentine's collection. And it kind of gives me a almost false air of superiority that I had these before the trend, and also that they are kind of like almost a family heirloom. Because I feel like glassware is really an area that shines as like a vintage passed down item, or as something that you're able to find thrifting. So me and my wife have really been enjoying using these. I don't think I've mentioned this on my channel, but I don't actually drink very much. And honestly for me, half the appeal of having a fun drink is to have really cute glassware that you're going to put the drink into. Okay, last thing I wanted to mention in the homewares category is the new duvet cover that I've gotten, which I definitely have shown in other recent vlogs. We got this sage green linen duvet cover from Quince, and this was a birthday gift from my in-laws. Compared to the other duvet cover that we had, which we've literally had for like 6 or 7 years, this one is a lot more sleek, clean, and very much more my aesthetic. And it's very cute and well made, and I'm very excited to have it for many years to come. Okay, now let's move very briefly into beauty/self-care, and I'm just going to talk about some skincare items I've been liking lately. The first item I have here is this vitamin C and turmeric serum from Andalou Naturals. The other item I actually just finished up, but it was this toner that was also from Andalou. I've had the toner twice now, and I just feel like it has a really nice herbal smell to it that makes it very calming when you're using it. I low-key think that most toners don't really do anything, but at the very least, that one was creating a very spa-like atmosphere that made me want to do my skincare more. And with this vitamin C serum, I'm like, again, does this do anything? It does have a really interesting smell when you're actually like applying it on your face. I feel like it almost smells like Emergency, very much that strong, like orangey, medicinal smell, which I don't really mind, and I do find it pretty enjoyable, at least in the application experience. I feel like half the battle for me in terms of like having my skincare be effective is to encourage myself to actually want to do it. So having products that at the very least feel nice and smell nice is going to want me to try and like actually have a pretty regular practice in applying my skincare. And both these products I feel like have been pretty effective in doing that. Okay, now let's move on to talking about some of the media I've been enjoying lately. And really pretty much there's just one thing that has kind of been all consuming to our lives since like Christmas time. And that is that me and my wife have been watching all of Better Call Saul. Oh my god, the like brain worms that the show has infected us with. I love it so much. Even having not seen that much of Breaking Bad, I more so have like seen a couple episodes here and there, and then my wife has given me like full recaps of stuff that's happened in Breaking Bad, but I still can really appreciate everything going on with Better Call Saul. There are so many things in watching it that I realize are foreshadowed in like previous episodes that then will come to fruition later on that are done just so well. I feel like the character arcs of all of the characters are so nuanced. All of the characters, even the side ones, go on such an incredible journey over the course of the story. I love pretty much all of the characters. I love Jimmy and Kim and their relationship with each other. Kim is very much the type of female character that I usually gravitate towards. Another like kind of main character that I really, really love is Nacho. I think it's so funny that in the early seasons, he's made out to be such like a bad boy and like almost a minor antagonist. But as the show goes on, he kind of almost feels like a Jesse role in that he's constantly getting like kicked down and crumpled, and you just end up feeling like so bad for him. Especially when you see that despite all the bad things he's done, he really just has like heart of gold. And I love me a bad boy with a heart of gold. Definitely one of my favorite archetypes. Okay, now let's move into the last category I wanted to talk about for this video, which is hobbies I've been really enjoying. The first one is sewing. The only thing I'd put in my notes for this is We Are So Back. To be honest, I feel like that was a little bit more early in the year when I first thought about the items I wanted to include in this list, because I haven't been sewing as much as I want to lately, just because of other stuff like going on. But I feel like after coming back from Katsucon, which is a anime convention that me and my friends always cosplay to, I'm very much more motivated to get back into cosplay and wanting to work on projects for that so that I can be all my favorite anime characters with my friends. I feel like I really hit the ground running in the start of the year with a like strict schedule that I wanted to work on sewing more, and I want to try and find a way to get back to that and keep up the momentum for months to come. Another thing I feel like we really hit the ground running at the beginning of the year with was my hobby of actually going to the gym, mostly because of the fact that it was too cold for January and pretty much all of February to go outside and play Pokemon Go. So instead of like going out there to get exercise, we ended up going to the gym more. And I really like going to the gym because I can just like go on the elliptical for like 20 or 30 minutes and listen to an audiobook or some music at the same time. And definitely lately I want to get back in the habit of doing this as well. And lastly, for hobbies that I would love to do more of, but it's kind of a bit of a tedious process to get it set up, is playing more of The Sims. This is something that my wife and I did a ton of at the very start of the year, and it's a very huge like kind of brainworm activity in conjunction to whatever show we are into, because we ended up making a bunch of characters from Better Call Saul in The Sims 2, which yes, me and my wife played The Sims 2 on this like giant ancient desktop, probably from like 2004, that my wife has been playing on since she was a child. I do know that recently they released The Sims 2 through Steam, so more modern systems are able to play it now. So we might eventually move over to doing that. At the same time though, I'm thinking if we eventually get actually some type of bigger gaming PC or gaming laptop, that I would like to start playing The Sims 4 on that. But for right now, whenever we have like a particularly long weekend with nothing else to do, we will set up the big desktop in our living room and just like play The Sims 2 for multiple hours on end. And it's just been a really fun activity to do with my wife. Anyway, that is a look at some of the things I've been really enjoying lately. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though it wasn't specifically book related. I really like watching favorites videos, and I honestly would like to continue making favorites videos, maybe like once every couple months, or like every quarter, as I find more things in my life that bring me a lot of joy that I want to share with you guys. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, consider liking, commenting, or subscribing if you aren't already. Consider following me on my Storygraph and my Bookstagram, which are linked in the description. And that is going to be it for me today. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!